Well, all right, according to YouTube, we should be live. I will wait for a sound check. And as usual, I want to thank John K., Andrew C., Lady Quickblood, Moonbad, Bobbas D., Craig B., Jimmy M., Track Wizard, James C., Macy J., Tipsy Thomas, James B., Wolock, Jason G., Michael W., Christian M., Cornite Care Rare, Linneus Pius, Road Dog, King Assault, Soul Blighter, Sage MC, and PP Pasquale. Tippers, After Darks, Prince.net, Celtic Miniatures, links in the description below, and as usual, Randy the Axeman. I got to change this list up. Things have changed since then, but as usual, how is everyone doing today? Okay, so let's just pull me up here. Let's go up over to scene 2. All right. Do we got a sound check, gentlemen? I think everything should be working. I've been trying to experiment with Rumble in my spare time, so things haven't been too good, you know, on that regard. I've got some things I've got to sit down and figure out. Luckily, the season is ending, and, well, right now I'm busy because I'm also raking a crap ton of leaves. The link doesn't work. All right, is it the links? Hey, Celtic Minis is off the board. Okay, what does that mean? The link doesn't work. If I need to fix something in the links themselves, let me know if they're not working, because I will definitely fix them if they don't work, and stuff like that. It's just their Instagram's link should work. So let me go into a video of mine here. I was actually at After Darks today because I lost my logo somehow. I have a logo on my desktop. You're gonna see what happens when I go into YouTube on my normal browser. Hold up here. Let me just go into one of my videos here. I can't watch it because YouTube has gay things. Oh, did I take those out? No, they might be there. Instagram, that one's working. Okay. Oh, this page is current. He might be down for maintenance. Okay. I'll have to hit him up on Instagram. Thanks for letting me know that. Okay, thank you. Sorry. Quick little divergent there. And as an admin of my channel, I can't even watch my own videos, so YouTube. You know, dismiss. Nobody's going to pay you Who pays YouTube $66 a month? I got this little, I can't move it. I should move Akka. So here, hold on. Let me get over here. Okay, there I am. Oh, can't do that. Hold up. Who pays YouTube $66 a month? That's all I want to know for TV. God, that's expensive. Anyway, let's get out of that. Let's get out of that. All right. Was looking at this interesting vampire counts army. That's kind of cool. I wish I had time to paint like that, you know. Not saying it's, I mean, you know, just the conversion work. You know, you never. I'm definitely somebody who never has any time for conversion work. Not a drop. Don't know about the movement trays. Though awesome. They make your unit just a little bit bigger, and you don't want to be measuring to that movement tray when you charge somebody. That could get you into some trouble. Anyway, let's go over here. We're going to start things off right and proper. Oh, that's weird. I should, my live chat's supposed to be displayed up in my OBS, but it's not. So I'll have to go over here and say hello to everybody real quick before we get started. All right, what is up, Command Bunker? Yes, I was trying to declutter my table today, you know, and when I turn on the paint cam and everything, I'll show you what I've gotten through and what's left and everything. Alec Ludo, always a pleasure. Yeah, I need another little paint holder over here to hold paints, and that's for sure. I got to declutter this table a little bit. Yeah, I need another one of these Vallejo wood-printed stackers that the Ranger gave me. Just one more to go right over there on the far side. I don't know. I'm hopelessly disorganized. All right, let's see. DM James from the James Gang. How are you today? Always a pleasure. Thank you for watching, buddy. I've always been out in the Midnight Sea, and then we got good old Weird World War II. How are you doing, man? Thank you for the Celtics thing. Okay, and then Cornite Care Bear. How are you doing? When are you gonna come down for a game of 30K and/or a cigar from Philip Morris and my favorite brand of liquor, Diageo? That's Crown. That's code talk for I have stocks in these companies, and that's what I offer when people come over. Yeah, let's get over here on this one. And, okay, the Old World Almanack, your first look at the rules. Should I do my British accent for this? Oh, look at this. Let's see here, going down here, you have the strategy phase. During the strategy phase, the active player attempts to cast enchant or hex spells and make use of certain rules before attempting to rally any fleeing units. So, it's like a command phase. I don't know how I feel about that, the strategy phase, but so it's like we're divvying up the magic between two phases. Let me, so in this one, you're gonna cast like, what's something that makes you stronger? Wyson's Wild Form or something like that on your soldiers to give them a buff, and that's when your wizard's going to be active in the command phase. And so, this is where a little bit of magic is going to take place, and then you have the movement phase. The movement phase starts with the declaration of charges, reactions, the movement of charging units. After this comes compulsory movement. Finally, the remaining movement is carried out, and conveyance of spells are casts. All right. So there's more. So divvying up the magic phase in the movement phase too. Conveyance of spells are cast. I don't know what that means. The conveyance of spells. And then in the shooting phase, the active player shoots, and the units are armed with missile weapons, with their war machines, and attempts to cast magic or magic missile and magical vortex spells. So again, like this goes back to what I said in the last Holy Divers show. The right time for the magic phase is the magic phase. I don't know why they're doing it this way. Just spreading out and it looks like there's nothing that takes place in close combat as far as magic is concerned. I don't know why they're spreading it out over all these different phases. You know, you can have movement magic, you know, which has been tradition forever. So, that's a little weird one. And then during the combat phase, units fight in deadly hand-to-hand melee, and wizards attempt to fend off attackers with assailment spells. Units have lost combat, may be driven back, and become broken and flee. All right. So again, there's that be driven back, become broken, and flee. That means it's kind of going to be like Hail Caesar a little bit, because if I push your unit back and we're still in close combat, well, I've already played that game. It's called Hail Caesar. And then at the end of this phase, once all combats have been resolved, the active player ends his turn. Player's turn ends, sorry. And then you have the strategy phase. This is where Night Goblin fanatics are placed on the table. So I don't. Oh, and you take your compulsory leadership tests, such as stupidity for trolls and everything. So they're already talking a little bit about orcs and goblins. This is fine. One of the first armies I want to bring to the table are my night goblins, which are literally they're probably my favorite army. I mean, I like orcs and goblins as a whole, but if I have to pick a faction that I'm the most partial to playing, it's my night goblins, because that's literally the army that I'm most proud of, especially after I bought a lot of them and then I repainted a lot of them, and me and my night goblins have gone a long way. I've put a lot of time and money into my night goblins, and I'm glad that army wasn't stolen along with the rest of my greenskins way back in the day. So that kind of leaped out to me. Additionally, particular scenarios may require you to check whether or not victory conditions have been met. At this point, you may also use the period to tidy up the table, removing stray casualties and errant dice. So I guess you'll be pulling casualties off of units, which is a good sign. And then you'll, during the command phase, you might have enchanted items that work inside of the command phase. I take a leadership with this, and all of a sudden units that fly can't fly. All right, that's pretty good. And then during the... oh, here it is, right here. This is what... where would Warhammer be without magic? You'll notice that there's no magic phase in this game. Instead, magic powers are cast during relevant phases. Hand of Mork or Gork is a conveyance spell, which means they cast this in the movement phase. So if you don't know what the Hand of Mork was, oh wait a minute, I can't remember. The Hand of Gork is a spell that would allow me to pick up a orc unit or any greenskins unit, pick it up and move it either 3d6 or 5d6. Now, I've won a lot of games because of that spell where it's like, oh, I'm surrounded. My black orcs on the left-hand side are surrounded, and I total power off a Hand of Gork, and I pick up my entire black orc horde, move it 5d6, and now all of a sudden I'm on the flank of your key units. And you can charge me with that unit of 5 cavalry of 5 chaos knights, but they're not going to win that fight. I'm going to cut them down, and then you're going to give me free movement into the side of your infantry brick that turn, and I will have counted as charging, and I'll be on your flank with a massive horde of guys, and that's how I used to run that on my on my black orcs all the time. Just get the black orcs over to the flank. Okay, they're out of the way. Now right there holding down my center, I've got my Savage Orc Biggins with my 6 trolls, with my wizard and BSB. They're holding that down. Black Orc with the wizard over there. And sometimes I'll make use of Gaze of Mork, which was just a straight line. And since I'm in a unit of 20, it would be strength 5. Just hits going through your unit like a cannonball with a range of 24 inches. And that when you line something up like that's kind of what made the game pretty good right there. And then they give you a little Tomb King's spell right here. Until the next start of the sub-phase, any friendly units with the Nekakaran Undead special rule within the caster's command range may re-roll. This is re-roll any rolls to hit of a natural 1. Why can't you just say may re-roll 1s, natural 1s? How about that? They worded that funny. That's something they always do. They always I still don't understand defragulate in Warhammer 30K at all. Like I've read it like 7 times, and I'm like, why would anybody on Earth word something like this? You know. So overall, it's looking like it's going to be a pretty cool game here. Is there another section to this article? I don't think that there is. So this is an old rule that's coming back right here. If you're under 25%, you need a natural double 1 to rally. That's nothing new. So I believe that was a 7th edition rule right here. And then please bear in mind that if your unit is under half strength, it gets a -1 attempting to rally. So it looks like psychology, kind of like in 6th edition, will be making a comeback in this game just a little bit, but it won't be as brutal as it was in 6th edition. And those were the parts of the article that came out with me. I forgot everything that I read in the article the first time, so I forgot where I was going to go. And there's a lot of... so they're coming. So in the coming months, we'll be tackling the rest of the phases, rules, magic, morale. Why don't you just come out with a basing guide? Are we going to be on 25 millimeter, bases? Are you making movement trays? Do something useful. So wait a minute. So people have more time if LVO runs a tournament to get this shit on the table. But I have a feeling that's when they'll reveal the game and release the game is at LVO, and they'll be selling the box sets there. That's kind of my monkey hunch on that one, you know. If they were, you know, are you going to be making movement trays that I just stick my guys in and they're somehow modular? That's the key word there. So if I got a bunch of beastmen Will I be able to just stick them in on the 25mm bases? Are you gonna make boots, miniature boots, for me to stick my 25mm base in? That's what I want to know. And I think that's a useful piece of information, and I wish they would give it to us right then and there. Okay, so this is glue. That's got to go over there. That's got to get out of here. Frickin' A. Anyway, that's really all I got to say about the old world, and guess we'll go into chat for a second here. Where am I? Close that. Historical Doppelganger, how are you? Well, God, my army, Coronite, is so small. It's like 20 Terminators, what do you call it? A Spartan, 2 Contemptors, and 10 Marines and a Rhino. That's it. And I got like 1 Praetor. Me and my friend were both like, holy shit, our armies are so small. They're so small. Hungar. I gotta, hold on, let me say something. Hi. Because that heart emoji thing. You have your own mini now? All right. Post a link where people can find that mini of Hungar the Starbarian right there. You guys are always free to post links. If you want a link posted and it doesn't post, give it to me and I'll post it in a pinned comment or something like that. If you're trying to get word out about something, you know. Because this is what the community is about for me. It's about helping other people grow or making people aware of something. If you got a project somewhere, you can always let me know, and I'll be sure to give you the proper shout out either on a live stream or at the end of a Holy Diver show or any of the different things that I do. I've been doing so much lately. Oh, God, I'm exhausted. I can't wait for the season to be over. At the same time, you know, I mean, last week I was raking leaves, so I couldn't be here. This morning was really tight for me. I didn't schedule any jobs because I had to get groceries as per my usual, and I had to go get emissions and inspections, and that for the last couple of times I've been at the Jiffy Lube by my house, it's been sketch, to say the least. They've been very, very hit and or miss over there at that Jiffy Lube. So, you know, I made sure I didn't schedule anything, and then I cleaned up the grease all over my frickin' stove. I cook a lot of bacon. That thing is greasy, and no matter how much Dawn soap I use, I can't ever cut the grease off completely. All I can do is just make sure I soap it up, you know, and then clean it with some cleaner, and then put, you know, God, it's just a lot of things to do. So let's see here. Let's get this guy started here. Get out of there. Where's my mouse? There it is. Sony Handycam. Oh, we gotta get rid of display capture. It's working. Hell yeah. All right. We can get rid of the ever lovely Aka Atsuka. Okay, so I kind of screwed up on this miniature a little bit. I was going to paint the front of the shoulders here yellow, and then I realized with this yellow right here and this was going to be half yellow, I wanted the yellow to help grab my, what do you call it? My decals, because I'm going to be putting transfers on this guy, and I wanted to use those transfers because this is my Imperial Fist Dreadnought, even though he looks like Emperor's Children. Yes, when you buy an army on eBay, you have to suck it up and add to it the way that it was done and intended. I have no trouble doing that. I just wanted to try the yellow because, again, I wanted to grab the Roman numerals just a little bit when I put them on and everything. So there is that. Other than that, I kind of screwed up on this guy. I don't know. My autism alert is going off all over him. Now, he looks fine from right there where I'm going to be seeing him most of the time. You know, oh, there you go. There's my dreadnought. It's painted. Okay. That's okay. I'm gonna highlight his purple. Then we're gonna put on some battle damage with a what do you call it? A sponge, and then he's gonna be good to go. He's gonna get his we're gonna get his technical coat on, and that'll be the Astro Granite. Then he'll get some snow. All right, so that got that guy right there. But let's get this out of the way here just for a second, and I'll show you what I've been working on. All right. So I've gotten 3 of these guys done. These are my household guard miniatures. And this is what they're going to look like for Conquest Last Argument of Kings. And so just getting those guys done, you know, going to do the yellow in a slightly different way on some of these guys. The reason it's red and yellow, but yellow harkens back to what the knights look like. A lot of the household knights are yellow. So I figured the household guard would be carrying some of the, would be carrying yellow as well. And then the additional color like this, their loincloths and their feathers are going to be red. And everything like that. Just that's how I decided to feel them out. And then finally I've got these 3 I know, after like a year on the table, I've got these 3 beastmen done 100%. And so all the beastmen infantry that I feel that I need, what is that? 40, 70 guys. I think that's 70 gores. I haven't painted any ungores yet, just 70 gores, 100% done, painted. Again, I'm waiting for some kind of basing thing to come out on that before I move on any new project for fantasy. I just want to have things ready and put in place. Over here, we've finally got my what do you call it? My Iron Warriors. Now, I don't like the way the sheet, some gaffer's tape and clean that up just a little bit more before I clear coat these, but you can see that these are 3D printed breacher shields and 3D printed arms that go with it. I was going to buy breachers, but I decided to take that money instead and buy some Iron Circle Amamata guys. I want 6 of them. So I'm going to be spending, I think that's $600. Let me see here. Let me double check. I think they're 100. Hold on. Okay. What? Oh, 642 to be exact. You know, at that price, GW had better give me, what do you call it? Free shipping at the very least. So, yeah, these guys, all of my normal Marines are just going to be breachers. One drawback to this is they all come in a squad of 10. I've noticed that across the board with a lot of the Marine units is that everything starts in a unit of 10. And that's okay. Just using these guys to go and walk over to objectives. They got a 5+ invulnerable save and stuff like that. And they didn't really have this during the 30K thing. But again, I'm keeping it to my theme of just having the orange instead of yellow because I like the way the orange looks. Got my sergeant with the power fist here. He's got a stripe on his power fist, orange, black, orange. You know, some turn out better than others. It's okay. You know, to get, you know, I mean, especially like, let's see here. It was this guy. I kind of, so he was the 3rd guy. And we'll keep that yellow. That's fine. I want to keep the arm off with the shoulder pad on when I paint this, when I paint the hazard wobbles. And this one, I actually used the tape on, and it turned out slightly better. You know, the more hazard wobbles you put on, the harder it is to do. And I just figured 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's good enough. I wish there was a way I could make it just 3 lines, and so it's like kind of like the sergeant's stripe right here, orange, black, orange. That would really make it streamlined, but this is what they're going to look like. Now these guys, I'm gonna send these out once I have all. I'm waiting for the infantry to show up and the rest of the shields. Tonight I'll probably finish assembling the first 10, and maybe I'll paint those up. Maybe I won't, but I think I'm just gonna have these guys commissioned out because hey, they're Iron Warriors. They're not hard to do. You know, you're not going to spend an egregious... Somebody's not going to charge you an egregious sum to get these done and everything. And I kind of got a guy in Vegas who helps me out on this. And when I finally use something that he's painted and the time is right, I'll give him the proper shout out and accolades. And then I'm going to have a buddy of mine somewhere else do a different commission for me. And he lives in Greece. And then when that's done, you know, that'll probably be all my commissions for next year, because this is a next year project here, the Iron Warriors. And then finally, this has been on my table forever. I just had to hurry up and let's just they'll look good on white. Not sure if I'm liking the green, but that's okay. I'll do green and white for these guys. This is my other unit of knights for War Master. And just finally got them done. They're actually, I got to take these out to the garage and clear coat them. But this gives me 2 knight units, and then I realized I have to order another unit of knights so that I have 5. But I do have a unit of Pegasus knights I would like to paint, and so I want to put this project into the queue for the winter time because I think I can get this. I think I can actually get this done, no matter how annoying it is to paint 10mm and everything. But I finally got my second unit of knights done for War Master. I hate being all over the place. I've still got this building. My hands on it right now. You can see part of it right here. Oh, you can't. It's out of the screen. But I just want to get 3 colors on that and wash it. Be done with it. Because it's a nice building, but yeah, now I know that you don't want to do that shit with building. You just want to wash it and give it the big dick brush treatment, you know. So what did I say I'd be doing today? Macedonian torsos, which means these guys are almost done, and I just need a white color that I usually use. So for the hoplite armor, we'll be using Phantasma Gray. And I had the foresight to water this down a while back. I didn't know what I was expecting when I was going to start shaking this, so we'll need that color. Give me 1 second. I've got to top this bottle off like it's nobody's business. I'm going to sit here and jerk my gherkin for a second. We give all paints a little shake out here in the UK. Oh, the Ormpay hubs. Here we go. New bottle. Really new bottle. I think I'm breaking this. Yep. They're so... Can't get the... Okay. I'm so tired. I can't open up a can of paint. I am 100% dead. Dead to the world. My hands don't work. There we go. Nice and full now. Got some paint in there. I need some Beastie Brown. There we go. Put that there. Where was that? That was up here. What's this? More Plague Brown. Hell yeah. All right. And then there's the last of my Leather Brown. Hell yeah, that sounds nice. I like that. What was I going to use this brown on? I don't know. I just know it was something that I had to do. So, we're going to take our beaten purple. That one I can open. I can open it. I'm not pulling a John Madden with the butter packet. Can we get a new packet, guys? His hands were so weak he couldn't open up the butter packet. If anybody watched Mad TV back in the day, you know what I'm talking about. John Madden for the quick popcorn popper. You know? Hey, folks. How does it work, John? Well, it's simple, Frank. You just plug it in. He plugs it in, and he gets electrocuted. You know? Oh, shit. We might have to watch that. We'll have to take a break and watch John Madden with the quick popcorn popper. Yeah, that's what sucks. You know, you get a good comic like Frank Caliendo, and he doesn't do his Madden impersonation anymore. You know? I mean, come on, man. I don't care if John Madden's dead. We need the Madden impersonation now more than ever. The world needs laughter. All right. Thank you, Alec Luda. All right. What's up, Evil Abe Lincoln? I'm glad you could catch the stream. I am just going to, with my little weak, girly hands, like I got nothing. Kickboxing. There were all these young bucks in the kickboxing gym yesterday. They all wanted a piece of Diver. And one guy says, "You kicked me." And I had to power through the kick. I'm like, what do you mean I kicked you? Let's get just a little bit of water because I want this to be a very, very, very quick highlight. So it's going to be a drop. It's going to be kind of more like a wash in certain places. I'm not going to worry about underneath or anything. Yeah, that's good. That action's good. I think we can make this work here. And a little bit goes a long way. I guess we want some on the equator of his torso. And again, we don't have, this isn't going to take long. We're just going to kind of go over the bigger surfaces of what we can see. Brighten up the purple in certain areas where the wash settled. And this too is almost like a wash. But because of the two washes that I used, it should make the battle damage that I put on in certain places stand out just a little bit. Then I realized Emperor's children are pink and blue, but I'm purple and blue. I'm purple fists. I have to own it. I have to own what my army looks like, so that's okay with me. It's like my friend is quite the contrast. He would never willingly buy an eBay army. I seen him buy a used army, but then he's like, this is too shittily painted for me. You know. Me, I can be happy with a lot of things. Just about done. I just, underneath over here, could use a layer of purple. Across there. Let's keep this going. I think this is the color that my my Spartan looks a lot better than this. I trust you. I won't mess up on him. I won't mess up on him. I already got a plan for him. It's gonna set it in motion, and it's gonna suck less Donkey Kong dong. Our guardy is the guard kit. Is the new Imperial Guard kit easy to assemble? That's what I want to know. And how are you, Wraith? I didn't see your icon there, but it's good to see so many people are watching today. Always glad when my friends show up for my show. All right, and then I'm not going to worry too much about the fist. I've already just like damaged it up with the brush and everything. I am going to take the sponge to it a little bit, you know, because I figured this fist would see a lot of action, so it doesn't need to be like good looking in any way, shape, or form. Again, he's just got a las cannon, nothing special there. It looks like it looks a little bit like the las cannon on the Land Raider itself. The only problem I had was that I fucked up on the eyes. I got one too many. I don't know. I put the white on, and then I guess I didn't wait long enough to ink it. Oh, and that long enough for that white to dry, and now his eyes just look like crap. I know, but you know, I mean. From here, you're not going to be able to tell, but, you know, it's just, God. One of those. I think this is this particular miniature has fallen victim to an overworked HD paint job. Like I came to this and I'm just like, I can breeze through these guys, but I'm so overworked right now at work and in life and everything, because when the whole problem with me is when somebody okay, so I set these rake jobs up, 3 hours, $150. Well, last Saturday I had two people meet the minimum, and so basically I go in, I rake up the leaves, end of 3 hours comes, and then the dad has to come home and finish off where I picked up, and I'm like, that's the deal. You get 3 hours whether I finish or not. You sign the paper. There you go. And because I have extra charges if you want me to bring these leaves to the dump for you and everything like that. If I got to go to the dump after work, oh, that's going to cost you. That's going to cost you an additional $150 plus your dump fee, whatever that is. That's where I get you. So they usually avoid that, and they have no trouble disposing of the leaves themselves. All right. I will take that. I think the purple phase is over. Let's just get a little bit more on the arm. Done. All the washing is done on this. I don't need to add any more Templar blue. Ah! Ah! There we go. Good. Now that's something I don't get right there, is why is that so big? Oh well. Now, one thing I like about Citadel model, what do you call it? Decals, is that they have a space where the actual decal is. A lot of people haven't wired that down. They always have top-notch transfer sheets. And I got two of these for my Contempticons. Let's see. There we go. All right, next step. Those aren't ready yet. Those are the last thing that you do. There it is, gunmetal. Just a drop of gunmetal should do me here. I just want to damage them up a little bit more to hide the fact that I'm a terrible painter. What's up, Lacagos? How are you doing? Yeah, I'm not a fan of torso coming in two parts. I can understand top and bottom, but back and front, I hate that for torsos. I really do. I wish these contemptors were more than one solid piece. Now I'm retarded, and it didn't take me that long to figure out this kit, but I wish they were a little more specific on which hand is which. That's why this guy's a lefty. He's a lefty with his power fist, but that's okay. I wanted to, let's see here. There we go. Let's see how this works here. We'll just put a little bit on them there. Yeah, that's good. Over his arm. Don't want to use too much, and I just want to kind of... Again, damage them up just a little bit. That actually looks pretty good. Once you, and I'll tell you what I washed it with in just a second here because I can't think of the name, but I can grab the paint. There we go. All right. I think, me thinketh, a little there. There we go. I think that's good enough for some battle damage. Not much, just a little bit. Offset them there. Okay, battle damage is done. I'm happy with that. I don't like a lot of battle damage. Just a little bit. Just a little. I'm just kind of a little bit of a battle damage guy. That looks random enough. Doesn't look like I took a brush to it, you know. I want it to kind of be kind of natural. Ugh. How many times am I going to drop and break the same guy? And if you want to, you can actually just like push it on hard. Damage them up a little bit more towards the feet. All right. There we go. I'll take that. Okay. Now I want to experiment. Put one of the, let's get a couple of these queued up, huh? Rocky 7, Adrian's Revenge. And then we'll need that. Might be able to do both. Yeah, these fists are just a little bit too big for where I was going to put the decals originally. Uh-oh, come on. You will come to me. I can hear people. I can hear people going, "Oh, you don't do it that way, HD! You barbarian! Ah!" Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Almost there. All right, cool. That looks square enough. It's going to be right there. They're the 7th Legion. Let that rest for a minute. Get rid of that piece of paper. Phantasma. Looks like all the red's done on these guys. Hell yeah. Just in case. Oh no, don't tell. Say it ain't so. It's so. Out of scarlet red again. Alright, we got a little bit left. We'll have enough to do this. Gotta wait for that first decnull to dry. There it is. We're going to do a little bit of cheating. We can do, now you can use Urathon Gray or Phantasma Gray. These are all just basically the same color. And this is just what I do before white for the most part. And if I have to, I'll mix a little bit of silver with it just for that extra highlight. But I want some of these torsos gone. This might need a shot of Windex. Productive day. I'm out of practice. I'm going to have to paint another rack of torsos here. Actually, really have to concentrate for once. I'm sorry. Because you're working around the details, and this is probably the hardest part of doing hoplites, is just working around the details. But luckily I've done so many of these guys, it's kind of in my muscle memory to do so. You want to leave a little bit of that black shining through because your wash will grab it a little bit later. Hardest part are the shoulder pads themselves. If you have to, you do a second coat of white. And you just kind of keep going until you're at a white where you're happy with. Again, these guys are the warlord ones. Come on, give me some wetness here. There we go. And these shoulder pads. It's one reason I don't like to paint hoplites on stream, because it's very kind of time consuming once you do the details for the shoulder pads and the lino cuirass. It's even more time consuming if you haven't done it for a while. And this is just one of those things where a wet palette does come into play, but like you can see there, you know, it's the same thing. I'm sorry my paint isn't on a bleeping... Oh, I'm sorry my paint isn't on a bleeping sponge. There you go. And I don't keep it in the fridge to extend the life of it. And that's why you fail, HD. Give me some of the good stuff. I guess we'll have to add a drop in a minute here. And then even then I still miss a torso there. It's okay though. Just gonna power through. Give me some paint at least though. Hell yeah. And even then you miss parts on the front. This is the problem with stick painting, though. Figured I'd get this swapped out early. Let me go up in the chat. Nobody said anything. You guys are free to talk amongst yourselves. This has got to be the most boring stream ever here, you know? I'm sitting there working on hoplite torsos. Yeah, it's a little labor intensive, but like when you're done with them, like if you watch my Macedonian showcase video, when you're done with them, it's very worth it. Very, very worth it. The the time what do you call it, to get there takes forever though. You know, we're already an hour in, so I must have been on these guys for at least 30 minutes. And if you have to, once you're done washing it, you can highlight it with a little bit of skull white, and that'll make it pop just a little bit more. But normally, if you just bring it on with the little layers that I'm doing, it doesn't. Really require that second coat of paint. Lost my train of thought there. So now we got the front parts right there, this part of the lapel. So I'm going to go off camera for just a quick second because, well, maybe I won't have to. For a second coat of paint. Because all of these torsos have just been collecting dust. It's funny how projects kind of just shift for me. But I got to the point where I'm like, I'm done. I can't look at the unit of knights anymore. I can't look at the 3 beastmen anymore. I owe Celtic an apology because these have got to get done up. And then I want to get to that chariot. I at least want to build it on the next stream, you know. So you always want to get your red and your leather done before you do the white, and then most of the time you can do the tips of the gold down at the bottom, like these golden things. That's just real quick down at the bottom, and it'll affect the red more than it will the white. And on these little scales, you're just basically highlighting them. You do want a little bit of that black or gray color to show through. And you always have to make sure that the ink that you used on these guys is dry. Otherwise, that's going to cause problems. All right, I think I can move on to the next thing for a moment. And again, this is good with either Urathon or Phantasma. Simply because you can just build it up, little layers, just a little bit of like, it's almost like I'm inking the white on. That's how thin the paint is. And then once you wash it with the strong tone, the watered down strong tone, you can highlight it again. Now that couldn't be helped right there, so I'll have to fix it. That's okay. I'm going to do the left shoulder. And I'm just using a size 1 Zem brush like I usually do. Bam! Peanut butter and jam. All right, now before this glue dries, oop, I don't have any glue out. I think I just need a drop. I got a lot of water in there. No, I don't have any water in there. A little method to my madness here. And you can do this with a detail brush, that's okay. We're just going to wash this decal on with a little bit of glue. Just a little bit of glue on there, and it's a watered down glue, and that's just going to seal it to the miniature. And if I have to, I can actually come down here and re-highlight that with the Templar blue. Back to the white. Back to the white. I haven't done like watching HD handle his workload video in a long time. And that's what it comes down to, getting back to the basics, getting back to the workload. There we go. And then just wherever you get a little bit of white, that's okay. I think I'm just going to fix it with the Mephiston. I like the way that registers just a little bit better when I fit. I notice I like it better when it registers after if I got a dot of white somewhere or something like that. All right, that has gone over well. Okay, those are metal. Okay. Let's keep going on this salient here. Oh, okay, what's up? Okay, now we're talking. Okay. Yeah, putting stuff on the shelf is definitely it's very fulfilling. Getting this clutter off of my desk and just going down to the two projects, which are the household guard and the contemptors. I'm gonna paint him tonight. I don't want to be a scrub tomorrow. I want him done tonight. And now that I have a direction, he's gonna get done. And then I'm gonna be working on household guard, 24 models. Once that's done, we'll see where we are at in November, at the end of November, December. I don't think it'll take me that long for the household guard. Now that I have a good foundation of what I'm doing with these guys, once you get past your first four, it seems to fall pretty quickly. I don't crush anything out lately. God, I haven't even. So Halloween ended, as you know. All four Halloween specials are available on Rumble. If you want to help me out, you can always watch them on Rumble for me. Which they've gotten a lot of traffic, surprisingly, over there. So Halloween ended. I did all those specials. I didn't get to paint a lot in October. And we were paving like crazy, so I was getting some okay hours, and I started raking leaves and everything. So my off season's gonna come up, and that's where I'm gonna start crushing things. Once I have a direction, you're gonna see me breeze through my beastmen. You're gonna see me breeze through the last of my conquest stuff pretty quickly, and that's when I'll start to crush things out. All right, let's go to the gold. Get the gold done. And I won't need my detailed brush anymore, so I can clean that off. And then I just had it. I don't know where the little lid for this guy is. That pisses me off. So that goes over there, because it's not one of my normal brushes. Really. A little bit of purple up on that shaft in there. There we go. Good. I have a replacement for this one, but I haven't gotten this brush to its the end of its lifespan just yet. Oh, still got plenty of battery. So let's power through, as Alec Luda would say. We're definitely ready for that there. Problem is, I really hate the paint pots. I think I'm going to start buying from that guy on eBay who's selling the paints in the dripper bottles. Please, for the love of God, Games Workshop, do the dripper bottles. Dripper bottles, you know what? I don't care if I have to shove my drill in the dripper bottle because it gets jammed. That's how it's done. Or you go back to the old pots where it's easier to maintain. Like the Blazing Orange paint pot. There's not a lot of gunk in there. Look at how much more wide open that is right there versus the old pot. I mean, the newer pots. It's not as wide open. It's got that extra little, you can't stick anything in there to clean it out. Actually, I have to do their greaves, so I can use a lot of gold. I want to get that. I want to try that speed paint hoplite gold. Anything I can do to speed this up would make me happy. Again, I'm working feet, so let's try the model right side up. I thought I'd be faster with these. These guys need a lot of work still. At least it's working. We're getting somewhere. Definitely one of those back catalog projects that gets way worse before it gets better. Fearless Freep, what's up? How you doing? Unusable GW paints is a thing. Yeah, when the pots get so gunked up, you can't use them anymore. I don't know if the push will be for contrast everything in the future, which is a concept that really scares me. But with how strong a company Vallejo is, I don't think I think that they'll always most companies that do any kind of paints will have to compete for them. I know my friend printed that for me. It just works. I only need one. You don't need a lot of them. So thanks for watching, Nirvana. So just going through, we got a little bit of buckles there. I missed a little bit of white. That's okay. I didn't think that these guys. I apologize in advance. I didn't think that these torsos would be so time intensive. When you're out of practice on doing hoplites themselves, I think that's what it comes down to. When you sit down and you start painting them, once you get past, I think, 10 of them, you kind of just have it in your mind what you need to do and what needs to get done. I got to do the bottoms. I got to do the hilts of the swords real quick. I mean, you don't have to because it's going to be underneath the shield, but my autism knows, so I have to do it. All right. Hell yeah. Getting somewhere. Getting some. We have gone to get some. It looks like we're down to just greaves. And I only got one little touch up of white. Hell yeah. I can actually switch brushes and get this done really quick. I think my gold needs a shot of Windex though. Excuse me. Yeah, the linothoraxes for me have got to be white. If I were to do a counter army to my Macedonians, like a successor kingdom, I would probably make the linothorax for those guys an off color, like probably Menoth white from the P3 range, just washed with dark tone. And that's what I would do with those guys, just to make it quick. But yeah, I agree with you on the linothorax. All right, yeah, all these partially devoured soda water bottles that I've got to get my way through. I drank half of one this morning. I just finished that. The worst part for me is after kickboxing on Friday nights is I have to find ways to stay hydrated in the morning. It's like I went drinking all night long, and I have yeah, I use Windex as a thinning agent because it's cheap and it's just like one shot, one coin. So, just one little shot, one little shot. It keeps your paints thin. You can use water too, but I just like a little bit of Windex in there because I like this stuff to go on a little easier. And you see what that does. Bam. You got something that's both spreadable and edible. It becomes usable. It just helps thin out the paint and oh yeah, almost there. There we go. There we go. All right, one little dot of Phantasma Gray, and we are done with these hoplites. They can get their wash. And cubes on my painting rag. Bam. Nice and neat. There we go. There's our hoplite torsos before shields and hands and stuff like that. Oh yeah, there it is. What was I doing? I remember. I'm going to do the standard soft tone. Now soft tone's a little different. The problem I got with soft tone is that you really got to put like 2 BBs in this stuff and give it a good shake. That's what British guys do. When you're not looking, that's what they all do, and they're all Renfield. They all got that kind of laugh. Just want to make sure that this gold is off of this brush. Too strong. Just a little too strong. Let's get some of this over here. Let's use this. See how that looks on the field. Better. You see what that wash is going to do to it. It kind of dirties them up by about 20%. That's what you want. And that's done. They'll get to sit there and dry for the rest of the stream. Hey, look, we got 30 minutes left. We can actually do things to this dreadnought that I've only dreamed of doing to a woman. I don't know. Okay, I don't need to do any more cutting. I'm going to pick that up, though. I was going to put some decals right here and here, but I don't think I got any that are small enough, so it won't matter. Bam! Ooh, that one was easy. You just gotta hold it, batten down the hatch on that. There we go. Now he's a fist. What the hell? That my buddy wanting some sparring action? I can respond to that. I can respond to that later. Okay, or at least in 30 minutes time. That's a little big for right there. Well, we can afford to waste one of these. Let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. It's not a perfectly sterile environment. Firstborn, what's up? How you doing? I already responded to one of your what do you call it comments. Sorry about that. So no, it's just cheap. It's there. You just spray it in there. You know, like it's an annual thing that I do with the Windex. Like I'll put 2 little sprays in each bottle. Make sure I got a BB. Give it a good shake. Throw it back on the rack for later. I haven't done it in a while. I haven't had the time, but everything I got over here, like this has been Windex to hell, and this is just a mixture, and it's still pretty thin. Still pretty thin. Really thin. No BB. But that's that. And then let's see here. Oh, yeah, I brush it right on. No, dipping's a little bit different, and we can go into dipping. Dipping is what you want to do when you are doing a heavy amount of guys, and then you have to sit there and you have to make sure all the excess gets off. So you can really only do the same amount of work if you're dipping, unless you got a partner to sit there, unless you got 2 people to sit there on the other side while you do the dip. And then they take it off with their brushes. Yeah, that's just a little bit too big for where I want to put it. Yeah, screw that one. That was just an experimental. We'll just stick to a double fist. I mean, I guess you could put one right there, but I'd have to give it a little bit of a cut right there, and I don't know how I'm going to cut that just yet. I'd have to give it a little bit of a cut somewhere because I don't know how I'm going to cut it yet. There it is, ready. All right, I will take that as a win. I will take that as a win. So next thing I can do is get my gunk out. Gonna need a little bit, so let's get it on a butter knife. That should be enough to get us started. Got to maintain frame. Yeah, and then I can actually put some white glue on that and have it all done and be able to base this guy. Wonder if I should have painted the base for this first, but that's okay. I think we're gonna get some decent coverage. Well, that's not good. Guess it needs a shake too. Forge, you got some Forge. What are you working on from Forge World, Cornite? You got some Forge World stuff. It's always good to hear. Get a sack up and buy the Forge World stuff. Oh yeah. All right, so that's about all I can do with him for a minute, for a hot minute. Well, dang it, those hoplites really slowed me down, but these torsos turned out really good. I'm really proud of that. I'm a little more proud of this than I was when I started. Let's see here. Need a drop of the good stuff. Is that still live? I think that's live glue right there. Nope. Not enough, at least, to do what I'm going to use it for. Oh, there we go. Of course I touch it. See, that's why you shouldn't be mucking around with things. I only need like 1 second. 1 second. Double check before you get basing materials on your guys. There we go. All right. Yeah, contemptor. Go over here. I feel like I'm getting, now I feel fulfilled. I feel like now that I pick up this guy, I feel like I'm getting some work done. I feel like I'm getting some work done. Let's see here. Make sure, damn sure make that's closed. I've been so off, like I've spilled this 3 times this week. Like, you know, just because I got to clean up the desk. I think what I need to do is I need to get something that I can drill in underneath over here, where I might have a couple of racks, because I do have I got a lot of clearance, you know, so just some quick racks that go across, maybe. Something to think about. Aha! Aha! And then what do you look like? You're gonna need a little bit of gold. Oh yeah, Xiphon interceptors are pretty cool. They're those flyers that look like tuning forks. Good fast attack choice, considering the fact that I have 0 fast attack choices just yet. You know, I mean, there's so much you want to get into on this game and everything, but you know, you gotta go slow. I mean, I could spend $1,000 tomorrow if I wanted to, and I'm not willing to do that. You know, because I put $1,000 down on some stocks recently, and for once, the stock market didn't crap the bed for another consecutive week. It looks like they said we're done doing rate hikes. We're done doing rate hikes, and the stock market's like, oh, they're really done this time. Okay, I mean, because what's another 25 basis points? Sell everything, go back into tech stocks and crypto. Panic, people. It's all over. We don't have a prayer. I want you. I need this big scrub-a-dubba-dubba-doobadar brush. Mm-hmm. Still a really good sculpt by Celtic here. I really like these. Sucks we didn't get to the Conquest guy at all. But, I got some work done today. That on stream. Nobody's ever seen me do any actual work on stream. It's just usually a lot of pissing and moaning about, oh, my hands are small. Oh, life in Great Britain is so hard. What are we going to do? Oh, no. Ho-hum. I got this ho-hum attitude. We don't actually paint miniatures. We talk about the theory behind the painting of miniatures. And that's why my channel's so huge. No, you never get any actual work done. All right. Little desert yellow on the shaft of that spear. Where is it? These bigger ones I definitely want to take better care of. Oh, come on, baby. Here we go. We got one more. We got one more in me. We got 10 minutes. 10 minutes. We can make one more. All that for just a little drop of paint for my spear shaft. Hold on. How does it... Okay. Fuck off. I don't want you clogged. Okay, I guess it's just going to clog. There we go. That's gotten way too dirty. I gotta find a new gouger stick. I don't know where my gouger went. So I've been using this drill in a pinch. Now I'm sniffing paint thinner. I'm like Mr. Burns. Leave the rag. Poppin' fresh. I haven't talked shit on Britain once this stream. Uh-oh. So the whole story behind that one, Coronite, is that is the most affluent zip code in London, and the houses literally start at like 5 million, I want to say. Like the real estate for like a crappy 2-bedroom home in Knightsbridge that's been like, it's modern. They're all modernized houses, but these little brick hovels that they call houses over there, they literally start at like 5 million pounds. And when I was doing like, if my channel were British, I literally did do a lot of research and where do most of the rich people live? And, Phil, I forgot his name. I've had a lot of people tell me that, like, a lot of British people don't even live there. It's like the oligarch class. like the like Russians or other rich Eurotrash all live in Knightsbridge, and that's where they have their houses. And if they're really, 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 really rich, they have like a giant palatial house on a couple of acres out in the country somewhere. Because they had the money to grease all the right palms, because you can't build anything unless you're building a gaming shed in the back of your existing home, which I don't even know how you do that. I didn't even know how people in Great Britain get into their backyards. Everything's so small out there. But no, I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm not going to be slinging insults as hard as I used to, and I'm not going to be as bitter. Yeah. At least give me some paint on the miniature, please. There's a lot of things I want to paint. I'm very tempted to buy the Battle for Minas Tirith box set that came out to complement my Battle of Pelennor Fields box set that I painted and never use. The Pelennor Fields box set was way better than the one they've got out now. You got a lot better value with that, with the Wraith King coming out with that and everything. But I don't know what it is about that box set, but I know that I want it, and I want to paint it up, and then never use any of the Lord of the Rings miniatures ever. And I'm using the desert yellow for the wood on the back of the shield as well. Doesn't take much. Okay, we're ready for some metallics. I don't think we'll make it. I don't think we'll make it. There it is. Why is my stomach rumbling? I had 4 eggs, a piece of steak, 3 pieces of bacon, onions for breakfast. I mixed rice in with my eggs. I should not be hungry. Like, it is on like Donkey Kong. I have the hunger. I need some protein, bro. Protein. I love protein. On another side note, just for something to talk about, I got through the first volume of Shelbyfoot, and I've got through the first 15 chapters of Battle Cry of Freedom by James McPherson on the Civil War. It's those are some reads, man. Those are some reads. I've sat down and I've reread the 30K book. I think I'm in a good spot on the rules there, and I'm very happy about that. I've gotten halfway through the Conquest, Last Argument of Kings book again, and I think I want to go out on an intro, so I guess I will stop painting here. So the games that I'm going to be playing moving forward for a little while. First game is going to be 30K. Next game is going to be Mordheim, Conquest, Last Argument of Kings. And then the last, we'll splash in some Necromunda if I have time. And then if Old World comes out and it's awesome, I'm going to be going gangbusters on Old World about as much as I can. And so I'm going to focus my efforts on gaming for those. So I think I just said 5 games. Necromunda, Mordheim. We're going to be starting Mordheim, Conquest, Old World, and 30K. I don't think I need more games than that. we go. Now he's starting to look like a skeleton rider. Anyway, what does the other one look like? Bronze on the shield. All right. We'll do some bronze on his helmet. Oh, we didn't get to the hoplite heads. Ah. The road not taken. Come on, BB. I know you're in there. There we go. Now we got a good spin on that. Let's finish this off. We'll call that a stream. An entire stream of work. And so one of the things that I'll leave you with here is, so when I'm working, you know, and I've got several different things that need to be done, but they're not all for the same thing. So it's like over here, you know, we were doing basing and we were doing decals and we were doing battle damage. And then we were doing these guys and we were switching between the projects. You always want to have that odd project that you can switch to you know, make everything flow freely. So if it's, even if it's another if I was working both the dreadnoughts together, I would be working on one on the other one's wash job, and once that wash is drying, I'd be working on the details for the other one, you know. So you always want to have that you know, if you're doing different projects, you want to have something that you can switch to immediately that's within the same realm of what you're doing. If you feel me there, if you saw what I did. It's really hard for me to describe it. I just sort of, I come down here and I do things. It's the best way to sum it up. Yeah, he gets a little bit of bronze on his helmet. We got a little bit of metal on the back of his shield. Go. And our skeletal rider is ready for the wash, minus just missed a spot there, but we'll get it. We'll get it. We'll get the spot right now. There we go. As a matter of fact, what we can do, I'm not seeing it. I know I have it, but I'm not seeing it. I was gonna do the texture paint. I don't see my texture paint. Oh no. sterling mud. Oh, there's no way. What the hell? Brand new pot of sterling mud. Something got into it. Something bad got into it. It's dry as a bone. Damn it. All right. I guess that's it for now. No telling what I want later. But we will we'll give him a wash and we'll call him good and we'll end the stream here then, huh? Damn it. That's going to be like $8. Oh no, ho hum and bollocks. I'm going to lose 5 pounds on a game. What else will I can't get a job. I feel the anxiety. Something got into it. I don't know. It was dry as a bone. I was like, that's weird. That's a new bottle too. Oh man. All right, hold on here. I'll get to your chats and everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 should be enough for this guy with 3 drops of water. I'll get to your chats and we'll end the stream properly. We went into overtime today. We very rarely go into overtime. Can't live without the wash-a-haul, gentlemen. You can't live without the wash-a-haul. Can't fight the wash-a-haul. It's like Psycho. Now this is the kind of model right here that if I had 10 of these guys, I would dip them. I would dip them, make sure the wash didn't get in any big spots and everything, and I'd be done with them, and then I could play all kinds of games with these guys. And I think that's a good niche for for any 3D printer to have, is to have, because I already mentioned that I like the size on these guys. They're good. They stack up really good to anything made by Citadel. And if you're looking to play Fantasy Undead for cheap, or he's doing a small Chaos line, a Barbarian line. If you're looking to play Fantasy for cheap, there's no reason to go and buy a bunch of boutique miniatures from the Knightsbridge sellers so you can play Warhammer 6th edition. These guys will really get you through. That's one I'm going to have to watch. Get up to your chats and we'll end the stream. And I appreciate everybody for coming out and being part of the HD team. There we go. All right. Julius Dewald, how are you doing today? Been loving your Halloween horror movie reviews. Watched The Witchfinder General after watching your video review. Loved it. I'm glad. That's a really good movie. Definitely one that anybody should add to the physical media library. Because it's just that good of a movie and everything, and they don't make them like that, and it deals with a lot of subject matters that are very relevant today. the witch trials themselves were a human tragedy, and cancel culture itself is an even bigger human tragedy. And you know, the cancellation of just pointing your finger at someone and saying "j'accuse," it's so relevant today. Yet that movie is that movie's almost, I think that movie's over 50 years old, you know, and it was it's probably one of the scariest movies ever made if you use that one concept and argue for the one concept of canceling. And, you know, I mean, of course, back then, if you were accused of being a witch, you were going to die. Chances were they were going to kill you. They were going to beat a confession out of you, if you sign a piece of paper, burn you at the stake, hang you, or they were going to give you death by firing squad. Me, if I was accused of a witch back in that time, I am not going quietly. I'm not going through that trial. I'm arming up, and I'm gonna kill the people who are coming to arrest me. You know, kind of mentality there then, you know, because I don't want to be beaten. I don't want to have thumb screws or tortured. You know, there's, you know, a lot of subject matter with Witchfinder General. So I'm glad you enjoyed that. Hopefully I might do one more movie review for Thanksgiving. Don't quote me on that. Got to catch up on some editing. Got a lot of videos to put out. So Samuel, oof. CJ Wargaming, nice to have you aboard. The James Gang, I am painting firemen. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I think that's fire. I think you missed an I on there. And then, damn, just came in at the tail end of the stream. Gonna have to catch the full video. Models look great. So here, let's go through what we did today. We did a lot, and that's where we'll end it. We have done the hoplite torsos. This is the last. These things have been on the table for like a year. They're done. We have finished one contemptor dreadnought. I just need to highlight a little bit on this blue here, and then that's done. We have even done the basing. We have finished a Celtic Miniatures skeletal horseman. Really like the way he's turned out there. Let's get a little more wash on the top part of this shaft here. Age that up just a little bit. Get some in the back of the shield you get. It's okay. And it's just one that you have to watch. You don't see how that pulls down there. We'll pick all that up. We'll pick all that up and we'll put it up on his helmet. There we go. That's done. So that's what we've gotten done today. And we found out the hard way that we were out of sterling mud, which is a vital color, which means I actually have to make a trip to the store because I do have a paint shipment coming in. And I'm gonna have to. If you want to find him, you'll have to look him up on Instagram. As a matter of fact, his link to his website is down for some reason. So let me do that as a service to everyone in the live chat real quick. Yeah, I came into this page and I saw this Vampire Count's Army and I was just like, wow, I want to take one more look at this here. Oh yeah, nobody can see what I'm looking at. I don't have screen cap on, so that's okay. Let's see. Miniatures. Okay, so I am going to pin his Instagram page in the link. I'm going to pin that right now for you, CJ. There you go. Boom. Out. So the link to his Instagram page is there. I don't know what's going on, so I will make sure that I change that in the description. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming out and hanging out with HD today. As you know, YouTube has many features you can use to interact with me. You can like the video, dislike the video, comment, or subscribe. But if you haven't already, go over to my Rumble page and subscribe to me over there, Soy Free Warhammer, link in the description below. And if you really want to help my channel grow, go over to Soy Free Wargaming. I'm going to probably, little housekeeping. I'm probably going to be doing maybe 1 to 2 streams a month in my usual time frame over on Rumble once I get things figured out over there. And it's an OBS thing. I'm looking for tutorials. I just don't know what I'm supposed to do yet. So, and then I've got to do my first test stream. So I'm there. There's that. So if you want to help me out, go over to Rumble. Link in the description below. Soy Free Warhammer. And then in case I don't see you, keep playing, keep painting, and stay metal, my friends. And let's eliminate that pile of shame. And we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.